Oh, it's hot. Really, Alexa? Good morning. Good morning. See what's Good morning, Fred. How you doing? Try not to keep y'all too long. How you doing? My AC don't went out. Motivational Monday. How you doing? Motivational motivation. Ugh. Y'all come on in. I don't buy. I don't buy. Y'all make sure y'all tap. I have 14 people in here. Y'all make sure y'all tap the thumbs up coming in so y'all can support the channel. As should be. I hope everything is good with you all. I have 14. There you go. Y'all come on in. We ain't gonna be here that long. I know it's Monday. You know y'all dragging. I was dragging too. We'll get back to hot topics tomorrow, but today is Motivational Monday. Motivational Monday. Give everybody a chance. Get in here. How y'all starting y'all week? Our week actually started yesterday. I am so hot, y'all. My AC went out yesterday. I'm waiting on them to come in. It was so hot yesterday. I don't know what happened. Sometimes it gets so hot, the units, they be going out. So we survived with the fans through the night. But baby, they need to come on. Because it's warm. Because I got somebody how to do. And I need them to come and fix it. What y'all got going today? What y'all day is your day planned out? Well, me, I pretty much have my day planned out today. run a few errands, and I'm gonna go sit with my cousin for a little bit, probably later. Hi, Michael. Good morning, Ezekiel. Thank you. Ezekiel, can these dry bones live? You know, Ezekiel was a prophet. He was a powerful man of God in the Bible. Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, is a great book to read. Definitely motivational. Ezekiel is definitely a motivational book in the Bible. It definitely uplifts and encourages the real sketch. The real sketch. Yes, my mom makes me study it. Yep, Ezekiel is definitely a great book. It's actually a book that uplift, encourage you. What I like about the book of Ezekiel, like I don't know if you read the passage about the dry bones in the valley, and when God told him to speak to it, speak to those dry bones, and you got to prophesy. So when people think of bones, it's not literally like bones, but he used that analogy like even if you're in a situation and you think the situation is dead, but you can speak life into any situation. You can speak life into yourself, no matter what it may look like, because you may feel like there's no hope. No hope to it. But you know what? You say, I shall live and not die. So when you saying that, not physically like dying, but like spiritually dying. But for those of you that do read your Bible or, believe in God's word, Ezekiel is definitely a great book. Well, hello, stranger. Where have you been? Hey, Nina. How you doing? Glad to see you. And I just want to do motivational Monday. Like I said, it's open discussion and with your open opinions. Well, my week started out that Friday. I had did the live and did a video, and I bumped into one of my cousins. And at the time, she was dealing with a situation with her daughter, unexpected situation. She went in, her baby went into surgery. If you have kids, I call everybody kids. Stopping by to hit that like button, been taking care of business, my love. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I know we got to take care of that business. I'll be going back to work Friday, so I'll be probably going live earlier than what I do now. So expect y'all probably be expecting me like an hour early than later, because I'll be going back to work. I'll be off spring break. So I'll be actually so y'all make sure y'all be hit those notifications, because I definitely will not be coming on later like I am now. So I'd probably be going live probably like around 8:45 instead of 9:45. It'll be 8:45. So I'll be going live early because I have to be to work. So I'm gonna try to get a live in each morning as I come to work. So I want to at least try to get at least 30 minutes to 45 minutes alive before I clock in, to try to at least get a live in, getting ready to go in group. But I just wanted to make sure I stop by and pay my respect and hit the button. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No problem. Thank you for stopping in. What I was saying, and like I said, like, so that Friday when my cousin heard, who is it? Come in. Come in. Come in.
Hello.
Hey, my friend.
The AC,
no AC. I turned that off because I didn't, so I turned that off. And I do need a filter, so I just got the filter, but it It wasn't clicking, and I didn't think it was the batteries because it didn't click. So I was checking everything. And the unit, on the unit in the back, it's a little thing. It had water in it. Yeah. It's that little thing that extends. It's a little, you want me to show you? Sorry about that, y'all. But like I said, my cousin, her daughter went in. It was supposed to be like a simple surgery. You know, that was a must needed surgery. Um, did it click on? So when she supposed to went in to the surgery or whatever the case may be, we didn't think nothing of it. And then I kind of like, she FaceTime her mom, my little cousin. Hey, everyone. What you mean? Who said anything about a circumcision? What are you talking about? You talking about when God circumcised your heart? That's what you talking about? Because circumcision can mean a lot of things. Circumcision means cutting away at something. What, you thought I didn't know what circumcision means? You asked me that question as if I didn't know what it means. It means to cut away something. The survey that they got. Who got? But anyways, like I said, so my cousin, her daughter went into surgery. A much needed surgery, but no one was expecting, the outcome to be what it was. But in the process of the surgery, okay, in the process of the surgery, unfortunately, my little cousin, she didn't make it. So like my weekend was like real crazy. I was in the dumps. When I tell y'all I was in the dumps, I was down. It was like I was trying to pull myself together. My feelings and my emotions, they were everywhere. I even tried to go live. I did go live, and I was just even trying to get a live in, saying that trouble don't last always. Because I understand when life happens with us, when you think, life can be good. I'm not gonna say life not good. Life is good, but we have to understand as humans, a lot of times, especially with death, and death is so unexpected, especially when you have someone or a family member, friends and things and people that you care for, especially after you don't talk to somebody, and then you could just be on the phone with them, or you could just waved at them or seen them in traffic, and then the next thing you know, you get bad news. What are you talking about, Werner? But you know what I'm saying? Like you can get that bad news. You get what I'm saying? And I definitely, I like to be transparent, with my life and with you all. Because I don't want you all to think like every time I come here, because a lot of times y'all see me, I'm upbeat, I'm laughing, we own it. You get what I'm saying? But I just want you all to know that I definitely, was in my feelings, my emotions, like trying to filter through, feeling the way I was feeling. And then I went to thinking about my son, then my feelings as a mother that lost a child, and then seeing my cousin and my little cousin's father, just to see two grieving parents. And I think it hurted me the most just seeing them grieve and just really not making sure you have the right words to say. Because when you lose a child, really nobody can really say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even if you someone, even though I understand, but I don't understand their feelings. I don't understand their emotions. But like I said, I just want to come here to encourage you today. You may be going through something. You may be dealing with something. But, I'm just letting you know, keep your head up. Keep going. Keep pushing. Don't give up. A lot of times when life happens and adversities come knocking at your door, sometimes there are things that you can't change. You get what I'm saying? Some things are out of your control and ain't nothing you can really do about it. And you sometimes you may feel like you a failure. Sometimes you may feel like, what could I have done? And sometimes in situations there's nothing you really can do, nothing that you could have done. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel bad if the outcome don't be the way you want it to be, or it didn't go the way you thought it should be. But don't allow that one situation or circumstance to make you feel like you a failure or you did something wrong. You haven't. You get what I'm saying? You haven't. I don't know, who I'm talking to today. This live may not be for everybody, but the person that do pass by and come and see this live, I hope you can get something from it. Like I said, I was like on the couch. I was miserable. Over the weekend, I definitely was. It was like I normally do 5, 6 videos, on my TikTok page, trying to grow that page, and it's just like I wasn't feeling nothing. I didn't have nothing in me. Yeah. So today, it's Monday. It's a new day. I feel much better. Feel much better. So I'm gonna go spend time with my cousin and love on her and be there for her. And if I have to wipe a few tears and shed a few tears with her, guess what? I'm gonna do that. So I'm definitely gonna be there for her, because this is the time that you have to really embrace and be there for someone. When you see a person down, and if you see a person going through, you may be on the mountaintop. Like I talk about this all the time. Some days you're gonna be on the mountain and sometimes you're in the valley. But today, somebody may be in the valley, you may be on the mountain, but you could be that one to uplift or encourage. Just say a kind word or do a kind act towards that person, and you don't know, just a smile or how you doing and how you feeling, and asking someone how they're doing and how they feeling, because some people just need to hear that. Some people just need to know or hear that somebody care. And a lot of people don't get that. And then at times people suffer in silence. Some people don't speak up because they feel like, I don't want to be a problem, I don't want to be a burden. So a lot of times they suffer in silence and they don't say anything. They will put a smile on, and knowing deep down inside they're hurting, but they're crying out you know. So we have to be so cautious and careful of how we treat one another, how you treat people. Because it could be their day today and it could be your day tomorrow. So never walk through this world or on this earth feeling like you're excluded. Anything can happen that can change you within a blinking of an eye. So never feel like that you walking through this world like you invincible, or you can't be touched, or you think you're better than someone. No, because you can have it all today and you can lose it all tomorrow. You can have it all today and lose it all today. So there's nothing wrong with putting yourself on a pedestal and making you feel like I'm good. You can feel that way. But when you feeling that way, don't look down on nobody. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Because you don't know when tragedy can come knocking at your door. And that's all I'm saying. So I just wanna, like, Ezekiel name came through here. And like I was telling Ezekiel, I don't know if he's still in here, but Ezekiel name is confirmation to what I'm talking about. Can these dry bones live? And that passage just was saying, you speak to it. You speak to that situation. If you're in a situation, what can I do? I ain't got to sit here and I'm going to speak to a dead situation and say, you going to live. If that situation can't work, I'm going to, real sketch, thank you. Thank you for that. I seen it earlier, but I was going to say something, but I just kept talking, but thank you. So that's just what it is. Everybody go through things. And I lost a family member, so it don't feel good. And the thing about it, she was young. Still had her whole life. She had children. So now here it is. They have their father. She was married, so now it's like a husband, now the father raising his kids and things like that. Oh, you got a different filter.
It's different.
Oh, okay, thank you. Did it click off or what? How you turned it back on? My AC, the maintenance guy here to fix it.
The drain is cleaner.
Oh, the drainage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what.
Vacuum.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what you got to do now.
No, right now it's the vacuum.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, but God is good, and like I said, I'm not gonna be here all day with y'all and holding y'all all day. So, it is what it is, and like I said, we'll get into our hot topics tomorrow. So I think I definitely will be back on our good hot topics. With open, like I said, open discussion, open opinions. So what do you all think about? What could be something motivational that you think that you can tell someone in the chat that you think that could help them? What is something uplifting or encourage that you can encourage someone? If you had the opportunity to say something to someone, you know, what would you say or what would you do? So I have a few people in here. I want to say something about this person right here, Black Woman Coach Talk. What that's supposed to mean? Sorry about that noise, y'all. They suctioning out my AC unit. Sorry about the back noise. Why would you put something like that? What that's supposed to mean? What if I was a green woman? Would you say green woman coach talk? Does it matter? Does it matter the color of my skin? Does it matter? You more worried about the color of my skin or the message? What's important? The color of my skin or the message? Because the message is more important than the color of my skin. And what does that have to do with it? It's just some of y'all just come in here and just say the craziest stuff. There are so many people hurting in this world, and everybody don't have nobody to talk to. Everybody don't have an outlet. Sorry about that noise, y'all. But if someone is speaking something good, no matter the color of their skin, I could have been a white woman coach talking. Would it made a difference? Would the mess what if since you saying a black woman, so you telling me if I was a green woman, a white woman, a blue woman, and we all saying the same message, would it make a difference? What would be the difference if we saying the same thing? We all saying the same thing, but you will only receive the one that because of color of their skin. But it's all in the substance, in the message. You can have 2 or 3 people saying the same thing, but it's the substance in it. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes people get on here and just say crazy stuff. But I expect that because it's YouTube world. So you don't know what you're going to get from day to day. But I'm just making sure everybody having a good day. And like I said, I'm not going to be here long. So hopefully I'll be back on my hot topics tomorrow. So I give everybody the opportunity to come in. Because at the end of the day, like I said, whether if I have 2, 3, or 4 people in my chat, I'm still coming in here. Because at the end of the day, I have to continue to keep myself in the algorithm. And that's what it's all about. It's about the algorithm. Just because people don't show up, that means you don't show up. You have to still show up for yourself. So no matter if nobody show up, guess what? I got to show up. This is my platform, my little job.
And size.
That pipe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I seen the water, so it had to get drained out.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You done?
No,
You,
no.
no? Okay. And that's another thing. Show up for you. Show up for you. No matter what, you always show up. If I don't tell you nothing, if you don't get nothing else from this black woman that's sitting on this couch, show up for you. Don't worry about who's not showing up. That's not how life works. You show up for you. You be your number one cheerleader. It doesn't matter who show up. Long as you know you got God on your side, that's all that matter. You don't have to worry about. I've seen this time and time again where everybody will show up and then everybody will disappear. But just because people disappear, do you not show up? You still show up. You show up. And out of my 55 years, I'm learning. I'm going to show up for me. If nobody else don't show up for me, I'm going to show up for me. I'm going to be my number one cheerleader. Because at the end of the day, when you see life and you see how life works, and when you allow yourself to allow your eyes to open. See, some people don't want their eyes to open. See, when you allow your eyes to open, your ears to open, you're aware of things that's around you. So it ain't like when things go to happening, it's not like, oh, it's like, you on solid ground. Your foundation is stable because God already showed you things. He's already revealing things. He's already showing you how it's going to play out before it even play out. So a lot of times when people think they got one up on you, you be sitting back looking like whatever. You be like, whatever. I'm going to be here for a little minute. And it's like, show up for yourself. A lot of you that's here or waiting to come through. Your biggest problem, you're waiting on somebody to show up for you and you're not showing up for yourself. Show up for you. If you got to be the only one in the room, show up for you. Because guess what? You're not by yourself. It say if God be with you, who could be against you? So just keep showing up for you. Stop thinking that you need people to show up for you. God said put your trust in him. You don't put your trust in people. Because people will say one thing today and they'll do something tomorrow. And then when you start putting all your trust in people, and then when people don't show up, then it be like you get in your feelings and it be like, oh, ain't nobody showed up for me. I showed up for everybody and ain't nobody showed up for me. That's just how life is. That's just how it go. But you keep going. And guess what? That's what I do. I show up for me. Whether anybody show up, guess what? Because it's going to be somebody that going to come through this little channel. And they're going to be like, there she go again. I'm seeing a lot of her. Let me see what she talking about. Guess what? You don't give up. You don't give up. You keep going. Life goes on. You could be here today and gone tomorrow. And at the end of the day, what is your footprint when you leave this world? Like my little cousin, she left a beautiful footprint on the earth. When I tell you the people that she impacted, people showing up with text messages where she texts them and uplifting them, encouraging them. She didn't wait for nobody to do that. And she's only like in her 20s, late 20s, early 30s. And when I tell you her footprint that she left in this world, she left, when you scroll down, everybody just saying beautiful things about her. She was a beautiful spirit, always uplifting, always. And I mean, she was uplifting and encouraging even till she left this world. But she left her blueprint. She left her footprint in the earth, and she didn't wait for nobody to do it for her. She kept going and she kept doing it. Even when those that she was encouraging, not saying that they didn't, I'm just saying. She didn't wait for them to do it. She did it on her own. And that's what she did. And that's what you have to do. What is your footprint? Thank you, Mason. What is your life when you leave this world? What your footprints? Who you made an impact in the world? Because guess what? Just because people may not show up, do I stop talking? No, I keep talking. Because at the end of the day, I'm leaving my footprint. People may not listen to me today, but one day they're going to listen. They're going to be like, I remember seeing her. Because guess what? I'm leaving a legacy behind. You don't stop. It's your footprint. And you don't stop. Just because nobody didn't encourage you yesterday, you don't stop. You could be doing something and people can see it. You get what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. That's how my grandkids are. They never, my grandchildren, they never met my son. But I talk about my son all the time. I have his pictures. So I show my grandkids pictures when I do things like his memorials. But I have this one grandbaby. He's 4. You would think that he met him. Hey, Cuban. How you doing? Just uplifting and encouraging today. But you would think that my 4-year-old grandson, the way he talk about my son, hey Ashley Chats, good morning. The way I talk about my son, you would think that my grandson met his uncle. He be like, Grandma, I seen my uncle because I talk about him. And even though my grandbaby never seen his uncle, I'm going to continue to keep talking about his uncle till he going to believe that he going to know about his uncle. So like I said, leave your footprint. Great, it's been a while. Yes, it has. And like I said, I'm just, uplifting, motivational. I lost a family member the weekend, and like I said, I wasn't feeling my best. But like I said, you keep going and you keep going, and just to see her at her young age, she left a footprint on the earth. When I tell you, loved by so many people, and it just, her life really impacted a lot of people. And that's what you do. You just keep going, and you leave something good. Oh, thank you. And that's what she did. Like, she definitely left her footprint in the earth. Yes, it does. And like I said, I definitely wasn't feeling my best, but I'm good. But she when I think about her young life, and I just want to come here to motivate you all, because when I see her footprint and what she did at a young age and how she impacted so many people, I just want to come here to encourage someone, to let you know, don't stop, keep going. Don't worry about who's not there. Don't worry about who's not showing up. Guess what? You keep showing up. You keep showing up. That's all that matters. That you show up. Because guess what? You may think that you're not impacting someone's life, but you definitely is, because you're showing up. You always motivate people. You are a true blessing. Thank you. And that's what I do. Even when I'm not feeling my best, I still try to uplift and encourage. Even when I lost my little cousin, I got on here and I did a video, Trouble Don't Last Always. And I definitely was, thank you, Jesus, for coming in from Spain. You need something, let me know. Thank you. And like I said, I just come here just to do what I'm supposed to do. My gift is a gift of gab. I got the gift of gab. And one thing about me, when God puts something in my heart, I'm going to speak it, because I know what it felt like when I lost my son. Habla Spain. Hello from Spain. Hello. And like I said, when you go through things, and a lot of times, some of you, not just me, some of you in this chat right now, you've been through some things and you feel like, why me? Why me? Why I had to go through it? A lot of times when you go through things, God can use your story as a testimony. If you're a willing vessel and you open up your heart and you allow him and you just go out in the world like he did the disciples, he sent them out two by two. And when you tell somebody your story, and when they hear your story, and they'll be looking at you like you've been through that, but you have to allow yourself to be open to that. And when you see somebody going through, somebody could be dealing with something and going through something way worse than what you've been through. But when they hear your story, they'll be like, my situation ain't bad as I thought it would be. You get what I'm saying? This person going through this person going through that. Like my little cousin, she was sick and nobody even knew it. But throughout the day, her like she was leaving messages on her Facebook page, and she was writing and leaving things. And now like that she's not here, it's like how you don't notice something, but now that she's not here, it's like everybody, it's like you notice it. It's like I see so much of her stuff like a day ago, 2 days ago, this many days ago, where she was just posting and writing things and stuff just coming through the timeline. And I'm like, a lot of times you don't see it, and you can't see it. It be right there in your face. The message be right there and you don't even know it. Presence is missed. Yes. And it's like, right, it's like that when it happened. And I remember like when I seen her on the FaceTime, and before she went into surgery, she was afraid to go in that surgery. And I remember saying, cousin, it's gonna be okay. You know how when you think you're saying the right thing, but God has another plan. And I was able to say, I love you, just seeing her, in the situation. But it was unexpected. I didn't think that we was finna lose her. Like I said, that's why we have to be so careful how we treat one another. Like God say, a person can be an angel and we just pilgrims passing through. You got to be so careful how you treat people, because at the end of the day, they could be here today and gone tomorrow. I seen my little cousin on FaceTime, and within hours of me seeing her on FaceTime, talking to her mom, telling her that I love her, and she telling me I love her. Later on through the night, I knew she was going through surgery. So I was like, okay, I'll call my cousin. I'll call my cousin, and I will check on her. And I had went to sleep, and when I woke up, and the next thing I know, all through my timeline, I kept saying R.I.P. R.I.P. I'm like, oh my God, like this can't be true. Like I just seen her on FaceTime, and just like that, within a blinking of an eye, when God breathed breath of life in you, he could take it out of you. But when it's your time, and ain't nothing you could do about it. And that messed me up. I was messed up the weekend. I didn't know, when I lost my son, and I just felt like I was reliving what happened to my son. And it was like I was reliving the moment, like for my cousin, like because I was there with her when she was talking to her daughter before her daughter went in surgery, her saying, mama, and I think that's what, I can't get that out my head, just hearing her tell her mom, I'm scared. And her mom saying, you got to get the surgery because it's going to help you. Being that a mother telling a child, this mom, she giving the comfort words that she only feel that a mother can do. But at the end of the day, there's so much that she could do. But the mom words of comfort saying, baby, you got to get better. You got to feel better. But my cousin, not knowing that her telling her daughter this, that would be her last time talking to her baby, like comforting her, the surgery you needed, and thinking that she's saying something right. Now this mother got to live with, did I say the right things, or didn't. Now she's going through, did I say the right thing in that moment? But let her know it wasn't, it was just her daughter was sick. She didn't realize how sick she was. And when she went into the surgery, and I remember telling my cousin, and I was looking at her on the FaceTime, and I was like, you gonna be okay. Trying to comfort my cousin and comforting her daughter, and me telling her it's gonna be okay, and telling her that I love her, and she telling me that she loved it me. So now it's like, come in. Okay. And then you hear she's no longer here. Like, how do you, you know? And when I tell y'all, I was messed up. And I just thought, like, I know normally I come here and be like hot topics, but I just want to say, just uplift somebody, encourage somebody, motivate somebody. Because you could be in a situation and it could be one, yeah, yeah. It could be one way in 1 minute, and then in the next second, it can just be something different. You know what I'm saying? So these are real life, genuine situations. Hey, Jackie. Real life situations that can come upon anybody, And you try to ask yourself, how do I get through it? I was on the couch, y'all. I couldn't move. I was numb. Called my cousin yesterday and I was telling her, I said, cousin, I would be there today, but it was just too much. Like, my heart was heavy. My emotions was everywhere because as a mom that lost a child. And I was just like, dang, I just told my little cousin that I love her. And like, was I really saying my last goodbyes? I come from where we don't say goodbye. You know how, don't tell me bye, tell me I love you. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell, how somebody be like, don't tell me goodbye, say I love you. And when I told her that I loved her and she told me she loved me, I would have never thought in a million years that me telling her I love you was really, and her telling me that I love you was her really saying goodbye. And I'm like, and I think that was like, that just, ooh. And now it's like, I'm stuck with that. Like, when I lost my son, it was different, but telling my little cousin that I love her was really, I was saying my last goodbye. And when I sat on the couch and I was thinking about that, I'm like, we say don't say goodbye. We say I love you, because I love you is the right thing. You had the opportunity to tell your loved one that you love them, but never knowing that I love you is really that she was saying goodbye, because she was telling her mom, I'm afraid. She was telling her mom, I'm scared. So it's like, did she know something in that moment? She knew who I was. She was talking. She was well aware of, she was in her right mind. Listen, y'all, she was in her right mind. She was talking. So if a person in there and you don't see it, like, what happened? She was talking. She knew everybody. Like, what went wrong? Like, so, like someone said, the guilt. But like I said, I just want to tell you, just be mindful of how you treat people. Be mindful of your life, how you do things in life. Because you can't, when a person footprint is gone from the earth, you can't go back and change that. But I still was able to tell my little cousin, even during that time, and I really didn't understand her situation and what was going on. But I was grateful that I was able to tell her that I loved her, in that moment, in that moment that I know me telling her that I loved her, and she know in her heart, like, I know I was able to leave that. So, and like I said, I'm just trying to pull myself up and pull myself from it. Like, and I know, like I say, I'm always here uplifting. I'm always here encouraging. But when I tell y'all, I'm really, I'm really, that thing really got me messed up with my little cousin. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I may be on here talking to y'all, but deep down inside, I'm tore up. I'm tore up. And I'm always here encouraging and uplifting. See, that's why I always go back to when we talk about when people read the Bible. Thank you, Tanitra. You know how it goes back to when we talk about when people say, I read the Bible, I read the Bible. And I always say, you know what? Anybody can read the Bible, but when you have to apply the word of God to your life. So the same words that you give to someone, but then when it's in return, how you going to apply that same word that you told somebody else to stand on? Now when that word is returned back to you, how you going to stand on it? How you going to apply it to your life? to get you through what you need to go through. Because it's easy to tell somebody how to do it. And so, oh, do it this way. But then when it's in reverse and it coming back to you, now it's like, oh my God. Now I got to stand on this thing. Now I got to walk this thing out. Now I got to be able to apply this to my life. You get what I'm saying? I got to be able to. Good. Thank you. And now you got to be able to apply that same word back into your life. You know? So like I said, I'm coming here, like I say, I don't have it all together. I just come here and be open and transparent and just follow my heart to do and say what God say. And knowing that when I come here and when I push this button, that I know I'm leaving an impact on somebody's life. That's all that matters to me. God ain't never need a whole lot of people to do a whole lot of nothing. He never used big numbers. He always used small numbers to let, because it's easy to say, I can easily get a whole bunch of going and make it happen. But I'm going and that's why he said, what else, 2 or 3. So that way he didn't put, he said he ain't gonna put a lot on you. So a lot of times we look at numbers. God don't see it like that. It's the substance, it's the impact. You want to know that you're making an impact on somebody's life. That what you say, what you say is gonna last and it's gonna leave something on somebody's life. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, when I come here, if I could reach at least 2 or 3, if I could reach one person, 2 or 3, because I already know God said what else, 2 or 3. If I reach at least 3 people, 1, 2, or 3, I did my part. And that way I went out into the world and I did what I was supposed to do. Because he said, I'm going to send you out in twos. So that means you go one way and you go one way and impact the world. So don't try to impact the world the way others. He said, because when you compare yourself, those that compare themselves not wise. And a lot of times you could get caught up in that comparison and doing it. No, do it the way God tell you to do it. Because you don't understand when you do your part and do what you're supposed to do, you don't know who life you're going to impact. Because when you impact one person's life, that person's going to take what you said and they're going to take it and they're going to impact that person's life and then it's going to go on. So even if you impact the one person's life, that person going to, when you plant that seed, or if you the planter, or if you the one that water, but it's God that does the increase. You know you did your part. And now that person going to say, you pouring into them, now that person going to pour into them. That's why Jesus told him, go tell a man about a man. When he blessed, when he opened blind eyes, when he opened deaf ears, when he allowed a mute mouth to speak, he said, go tell a man about a man. He told that one person, go out in the world and tell them what I did for you. Go out in the world. You was blind. I was blind. They was like, well, what happened? I was blind, but now I see. I couldn't hear, but now I can hear. I couldn't even talk, but now I could talk. So when God worked those miracles and those people went out into the world, they impacted the world. They did that. You get what I'm saying? So they told the good story. So when God is impacting your life, no matter what it is, through me, I lost a child. So what I can do, even in that, I can still go tell somebody, hey, my life was impacted this way, but I know a man. I lost my kid, but I'm here today. I'm still in my rightful mind. I'm still able to, with me going through with my life, I'm still able to, tell other people that you're gonna go through. I lost a little cousin over the weekend, but I'm still here, uplifting, cause it don't stop. Impacting the world, it doesn't stop. Yes, I lost my little cousin, but I still have to still keep going. I still have to keep encouraging. I still have to keep uplifting. Cause guess what? That's what keeps me. Even when I go through things, y'all may be looking at, oh, her life, she look. No, I go through stuff too. It just, I go through and I deal with things a little different. And I feel like my outlet and how I encourage myself, because I encourage other people, and it's uplifting for me. That's therapeutic for me. This is my therapy. I'm on my own couch. You know how you go sit on the couch and you go to the therapy. I'm my own therapy. I sit on my couch and I talk to you all. So when I talking to y'all, I'm really talking to myself. I just don't talk back. So that's the big difference. And knowing that if somebody come through my channel and they be like, oh, you have a beautiful smile. Guess what? I did my part. Some people just come here. They don't come here to hear what I got to say. Some people come here. They say, oh, your nails are cute. I'm always having my nails done. Somebody may say, oh, your earrings are cute. Oh, you have some pretty eyes. Some people may come here and be talking about my eyes, my brows, and my braids cute. Guess what? Somebody may come here and see my hair and say, you know what? I haven't been feeling my best. I see Miss Gigi on her hair was so pretty. You know what? Let me go get my hair done. It just, let me go get my nails polished. I seen that pretty polish. I haven't did my nails in a long time. Haven't had a manicure or pedicure. Let me go do something with myself. You know what I'm saying? So everybody have their own reasons of why they come to my channel. Some people be like, oh, let me just scroll through there. What she talking about today? Some people may come on here and say, oh, she yapping again. So everybody have their own reasons. But guess what? I'm yapping, but guess what? They stay right here, listen to my yapping, and they may be feeling some type of way. And guess what? They'll have a smile on their face. I may drop a nugget and they be like, wow, I didn't see it that way. I was really down, but guess what? She lifted me up. You get what I'm saying? Why you in here not? See, now you don't. No, look. Now you got to go. Because I don't know who this is. Now you finna get booted, too. Now going on. So I ain't going to be rude to you. Now going on because you just don't gave yourself away in my chat. And you know you don't supposed to be in here. So going on and get yourself prepared or you go tomorrow. I love you, Nola. So now go on and scoot. Okay? I love you. So, you know what I'm saying? So, little things like that. And I understand, like, sometimes even my channel is 18 and up. And the thing about it with the channels like this, even kids need encouraging. They need uplifting. They need to hear an encouraging word. Hey, Jasmine. Because a lot of times kids deal with life. Like my cousin, she had 3 small kids. So even though the adults going through, but guess what? Those babies are going through as well. And a lot of times it's like we focus on the adults, but we forget about the children. But we have to uplift and encourage our babies too, because a lot of times children go through a lot. And a lot of times when children are children, it's like, oh, a child need to stay in a child's place. Okay, but a lot of kids see a lot of things, and a lot of times we want children to stay in their place. But a lot of kids don't have experienced life, and they don't have an outlet. They don't have nobody to talk to them. So then we wonder why kids go and do certain things, or they turn to certain friends, or they get into gangs and things because nobody want to hear the child when the child was crying out. A lot of kids going through a lot. But with the adult, it's like we focus on the adults, what the adults got to say. What we want to hear the adults, but don't nobody want to hear the kids. And there'll be so many kids, you'll be surprised of the stories. Like when kids build a relationship with you. I've heard so many stories of kids just don't came up to me and be like, can I talk to you? And I sometimes I don't even be ready for some of the things that they say to me, and I be lost for words. Because some of this stuff that some of these kids experience, I never experienced some of this stuff as a child. I never went through some of the stuff that some of these kids have experienced and went through as a child. So when you got a child coming to you, telling you certain things, sometimes it'll blow you away. Sometimes you got to sit your kids down, your younger children down. Pull them to the side. If you got multiple children, that's how I used to do my kids. And I do my grandkids like that from time to time. Pull them kids to the side. Have a one-on-one with them. Tell them, let them build that rapport, and that they know that they can build a safe place with you and a rapport with you, that they can have a relationship where they can open up and share their thoughts and share their feelings, where they don't have to be trapped inside themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to suppress everything. I can't talk about this. I'm afraid to talk about this, or I can't say this, or I can't say that. You got to have these open. When these children come of age and come to a place of understanding and knowing right from wrong, you sit them down. They deal with things. They deal with things in school. They deal with things outside of the spectrum of whatever. They deal with things that they didn't ask to deal with. But you still got to have that report and allow them to express their feelings and say how they feel, or how this situation bothered you, or how did that situation make you feel. You allow them that space to do that. You allow them that space to do that. You don't tell them, oh, that ain't how you feeling. That's not how you feel. You don't know how they feeling. You don't know their feelings. And you can't tell nobody how to feel. And a lot of times we ignore it because we in our own bubble. We dealing with our own problems. We dealing with our own situations. And now the kids are left to fend for themselves. It's like, give them a video game. Give them their tablets. Go on. Leave me alone. You know how we get sometimes. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear it. You know. And we pushing the kids to the side. No. We got to say, they're little people. They're little people. You got to make sure that you're there, and not just when you dealing with yourself and your problems. Don't forget about the kids. Don't forget about them. Because you'll be surprised at some of the stuff that the kids be like. And you'll be like, I ain't know that. I ain't know that. Allow them that freedom. Allow them that freedom. Give them that freedom to be able to say how they feel. Because some kids grew up not being able to express themselves or say how they feel, because growing up, it was being disrespectful. Oh, you disrespectful. Or stay in a child's place. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's not, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. And like I said, this Motivational Monday, be encouraged. Hi, Joseph. Olivia, if you still here. And like I said, whew, the week was a week for me. So I'm just, like I said, I'm not going to be here long. Got to do some little straightening up. Oh, they came and fixed my air. Thank God. It was so hot. I survived last night. But I'm here. I'm trying to get my little bubbly self back so I can get my videos up. Y'all make sure to go check out my TikTok page. I've been posting up my little fun gadgets. So today I'm gonna try to get some more posting, because the weekend I really didn't post nothing. I was trying to get 1 or 2 videos in. I was so down. I was so down, and I'm gonna go spend some time with my cousin and love on her. And like last night, I was just thinking about her. It just took me back to when I lost my son. I was so restless, just, thinking about my cousin, just knowing that her daughter ain't never coming back home, just knowing that my cousin grandkids will never see their mom again. And I mean, they small kids. And when I tell y'all my emotions, and it just trying to wrap it all around. How is your week going, Gigi? It's going. Jasmine, thank you for asking. I really needed to hear that for my nephews. My sister is dealing with really toxic man energy, and I can tell my nephew can absorb the energy around us. I feel like I need to be more there for him. Yeah, I'm telling you, be there for them babies. Cause they don't have an outlet. They don't have nobody to talk to. Cause we always putting them in a box. It's that generational thing. A child need to stay in a child's place. We understand that a child need to be in a child's place. But at what point how long that kid got to keep being in a child's place when the child keeps seeing adult things, or the child keep hearing adult things or seeing adult things? How long you want the child to be there? And then when the child go to acting out and doing certain things, you think the kid being disrespectful. And so pressure bust pipes. So if we suppress and pressure bust pipes, we think kids don't have pipes that gonna bust. And then when the kid go to acting out, when the kid go to doing certain things and they're acting out for attention and it's loud, and then they be like, well, what you doing that for? Why you acting like that? Because we ignore all the signs that was there. The signs already be there. The signs there. We don't grasp it right then and there. So all of a sudden now the kids say, you don't see me? Boom. If you don't see me, you gonna see me now. They be like a ticking time bomb. I don't mean to say bomb. I don't mean to say it like not that type of bomb. Um, so so not that kind, but and that's what it be. So if you are a aunt, a uncle, someone, a godparent, whatever position you may be in, that it allows you build a safe place around that kid so you could be able to allow them to say, how do you feel? I remember my grandson and my nephew, and it's like with their dads and stuff, all kids. And when you be thinking something really be going on, it be just the simple things that they ask for or they want. And sometimes, like my grandson and my nephew, like sometimes when I talk to them, they try to hold their emotions, and I see their little eyes watering up. And I say, it's okay. A lot of times we be like, oh, you're not a man if you don't cry. No, those are their feelings. These are their emotions. And I always tell my grandkids, my grandboys, I say it's okay to show your raw emotions, your raw feelings. Those are your feelings. It don't make you less than a young man because you shedding tears. What you're doing, you're releasing what you feeling. You're releasing your pain. You're releasing your hurt. And it's okay to express that or display that. It don't make you less than a man or less than a young man. Basically what you telling God, I'm hurt. These are my feelings. And God, I'm giving it to you. That's what I teach my grandkids and my nephew when I sit down with them and I have one-on-ones with them. And sometimes they really show raw emotions. And I love on them and I love them through whatever they going through. But I let them know, just because you're shedding tears or you're crying, because that's how you feel, these are your feelings. Because they been through some things. They're young. Like I said, I'm a caregiver of my grandkids and my niece and my nephew. Things that and I try to shelter them and love on them so they don't have to think about, you know, what's what and why is this. But I sit them down on the carpet and I say, how do you feel? And I let them express their feelings. And I let them know you can feel the way you feel. You have every right to feel the way you feel. But guess what? Don't allow what you're going through and what life dealt to you. Don't allow it to make you a bad person. You grow up to be a productive citizen. I preach, education is key. You go be something. You go make something out of yourself. And you continue to, find yourself to be having a forgiving heart and things that went on and how you feel. Don't hold that in your heart towards these people because you don't want to be the bad person. So, and someone was talking about they heal your inner child, right, Tanitra? And if kids don't notice, hey, Kara, and if good morning, happy Monday. Sorry, I just got food. Oh, wow. Hope you feel better, girl. That ain't no good feeling. Food poisoning, definitely not no good. See, you should have waited till you got back home. You said when you get back to Florida, you was going to eat seafood. Right, Tanitra? Like you say, that inner child. Because a lot of us as adults, we're jacked up. Because our inner child never got healed. And if you have a younger child, you could teach them now how to be able to start dealing with the inner child now, and don't wait till they become an adult. Because a lot of times, a lot of adults, when they going through stuff and they dealing through stuff, that be their inner child. And they're acting out and spilling their hurt on other people. Because their inner child never had the opportunity to heal. And that's what they're dealing with. They're not dealing with the adult. They're dealing with the inner things that they went through and things that they went through as children and never got a chance to be open or talk about things. And now their inner child is still in there fighting to be free, Blessings to you all. Thank you. I don't have my disc. Ashley, if you still in here, can you drop the disclaimer in here for me? And a lot of people don't want to deal with their inner. They want to bury it and they don't want to deal with it. I should have waited. No more seafood. Till I get home and cook it myself. Thank you so much. Literally crying, my sister, and I definitely need to heal our inner child before we repeat our trauma from our broken family. I feel like I found you guys for a reason today. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, you have to, and healing your inner, it don't feel good because you have to face that thing head on. Because when you have those traumas like that because now you're older now. When you're older, you kind of have control more of the situation now. Not that you deserve what happened to you and things that happened to you, but now that you're older, you have control of that situation. No longer have control of you, and now you have to accept the fact that this has happened, this who done it, this what was done. But now I'm gonna allow that inner child in me to tell my inner child that it's okay. The topic is just Motivational Monday. Motivational Monday, open discussion with open opinions. It's pretty much just motivational today. And you have to allow that inner. And when you allow your inner, instead of suppressing it, you got to bring it to the forefront. And a lot of times when you confront it, a lot of times, some situations you may not be able to confront the person, you get what I'm saying, or persons or whatever, but you could confront it. You get what I'm saying? You could still confront it and say, yes, this was this. And guess what? And the first thing you have to say, I forgive you. And I know a lot of y'all be like, why I got to forgive? Why? That's going to be the first step. You got to forgive and understand that forgiveness is not for the individual or the persons, the situation. The forgiveness is basically for you, to you allow yourself the space to heal. And then when you do that, forgive yourself. Because guilt settle in and you feel like, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Still forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Even though if you know you ain't do wrong, still forgive. Because a lot of times we don't forgive ourselves because we think we did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you just put that situation in front of you and say, this is what it is. Even if you got to write it down on a piece of paper, you got to write it down. You could confront your feelings and you could just write. And when you write it all down, and you may have to write it multiple times. You may feel like you done it. And when you write it down, how you do it, guess what? Rip it up. Tear it up. Confront it. Rip it up. Put it behind you. Guess what? You may have to go back and thinking that same thing that you thought you got over it. Guess what? It may come back again. And guess what? You confront it again. You continue to keep confronting. No matter how long you got to keep confronting. He say, you have to you forgive 70 times 7. You may still have to keep confronting. You got to keep confronting till you don't feel it no more. Till it don't exist no more. Because they're going to continue to try to hunt you. Going to continue to try to remind you. Because guess what? It's going to want that power and that control. And it ain't going to want you to be free. You get what I'm saying? Now, as an adult, you want to be free. And now you allowing that inner child to say, it's okay. You okay now. You're healed. And you got to allow that inner child. You got to lay that inner child to rest. You got to let them know. You got to bury that inner child and talk to your inner child. Talk to the inner child in you. The child that's in you. You're an adult now. But that child that's in you, that's you, that inner child, you talk to that inner child. And you let that inner child know that it's okay. You're going to be okay. You ever see these stories like these movies? I see y'all in the chat here. I'm going to go read. You ever see these movies? It was this movie. I don't know if y'all seen this movie. I think it was like this is a story I can remember, but it's other stories. You ever see these movies where I think it was the phone on the wall where these people was in this room. This man kidnapped was oh, not that word, where this person was taking these kids and he took them to their house, but it was a room, but it was a phone. This, I think it was this little boy. I think it was a little boy, a little girl. They was in this room, but it was a phone was in that room, but wasn't nobody in there. But the phone kept ringing, but it was the prior to other kids that was there that went on. This one little boy would, the phone would ring, and he would. And at times, that kid tried to escape, but everything that that child tried to do, he didn't succeed. So he knew exactly what the man was gonna do. So it was a kid in that room. I don't know. It's called the phone on the wall. The wall. I don't know. Maybe if y'all know that, but it's a phone, and the phone kept ringing. So the little boy that prior tried to escape, he kept ringing his phone. So this little boy kept appearing to this one little boy, and he was trying to telling him what time the man go to sleep, if he gets certain things that happen. And that's what it be. It's just like if your inner child and you talking to that inner child, telling his inner child how to heal. But that's a good movie. But that's what it kind of, that analogy, it made me think of that movie. The food looked so good and no flavor. I was ready to check into the hospital, but God was in the midst. I know that's right. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I am 28, and there is times to take control and be the people we wish we had ourselves. Yes, Joseph. And Joseph, you can still do that. You still of age. And I'm 55, and it took me, like, even in my late 20s, around your age, I started dealing with a lot of healing. You know, a lot of my healing was with my dad, you know, being his child, old, a lot of things. I was like, well, why, why my dad not really around, or, why my dad don't never say he loved me. Come in. Hey, sweetie. You made it. So my customer is here, y'all. So I know this conversation is good, but I'm gonna have to jump this topic. But we can come back to this. We can repeat this topic tomorrow. So I will be back for Motivational Tuesday, and we'll get back to our hot topics. But like I said, I have something to do. My customer don't came. I ain't gonna don't not that type of customer, because y'all brains be in the gutter. But I'm finna do somebody hair, because if I say customer, ooh, y'all heard her say her customer. Thank you, Joseph. And one more thing before I get off. If you all, a lot of you was trying to figure out how to support the channel by giving. Once you leave the live and you go back to the live and you click on it, you will see the $sign. And I seen it the other day. So when you go back to when you click out of here, if you want to subscribe or give super stickers or super chats to support the video, you click out of it, and once you get off of it, and I think it's a button you click, and once you click the button, and at the bottom you will see a $sign in that box, and that's where you see the where you could support with super stickers and super chats when you click off the thing. So I didn't know that. I was playing around with the channel, and that's how I seen it. So if y'all would like to support me that way, if you don't know how to do it, once you click out, you can go back to the actual video, and you can support that way in your giving with the video. But tomorrow, Joseph, you make sure you come back. I will be here tomorrow at 9:45, and we definitely will run this topic back, Motivational Tuesday. And I know we doing our hot topics, but tomorrow, because I got to go and it's getting good. But tomorrow, y'all make sure y'all be here at 9:45, and we definitely will be here for Motivational Tuesday. And we're going to run this back, okay? We're going to run this back. All right, love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good one. Make sure y'all share, subscribe, get your memberships, and go back out and make sure y'all support. All right. Toodles.